TV, welcome to another video. Tonight's video is all about Jezza's Hawkstone Lager in the Perfect Draft. Stored and poured at 3 degrees. If you want to see what we think of it, hang around, watch the video, and let's do it.
Millions of people have been duped by George Clooney into believing they need one of these coffee machines in their kitchen. Not so. What you actually need is one of these, a machine which can deliver perfectly chilled draft Hawkstone Lager. Fuck off,
I love that video. One thing about Jezza, he certainly knows how to promote a beer, doesn't he, at the end of the day. So yeah, here it is. You saw me pour the beer at the video and probably just running somewhere around here. But there it is, it's in the Perfect Draft. It's stored and poured at 3 degrees. I've got it in the Perfect Draft Pro, but it says on the app to 3 degrees. So this is going to be universal to anyone really that is having it on the standard machine or the Pro. Won't make any difference whatsoever. So everyone can enjoy it. So I do quite a few videos on beers in that Perfect Draft machine. If you have a little bits on the channel as well, some live streams and stuff. And if you want to see some more, hit the like and the subscribe button to make sure that you don't miss another video upload from the channel. So the Hawkstone Lager, I had it in the bottle first. I bought some off of Amazon. Price and stuff, someone will probably put in the comments, but I'll have a look in a minute. But I want to say 20 quid, and I think it's for 6 bottles, and they're 25 cl. People keep referring to it as the Jeremy Clarkson beer. If you've watched his farming programme, you'll probably realise that it's not him that actually brews it. He basically prepares some of the ingredients and sends it over to them. But the barley, I think. But literally, it's Cotswold Brew & Co. that actually make the beer, not Jeremy Clarkson. So I had the beer in the bottle first, and when I had it in the bottle, I didn't know it was coming to the Perfect Draft. So I ordered them. Didn't really know what to think, and I was a bit put off by the price, if I'm honest, because I thought it seemed like a really expensive beer, and I didn't know there were only 25 cl bottles. So when I got it, bottle I thought was amazing, and I think about a week later I had rumour that it was coming out on the PD. As soon as the kegs got released, I put an order in and got it. So I wanted to try it. The bottle I thought was brilliant. Now, I've had this on a live stream about a week or so ago. You can watch that, and like I said in the live stream, I remember the keg being amazing. And I remember thinking, when I had it out the Perfect Draft, I didn't have the same experience. So I thought, blown back by it. So I kept a bottle once I knew that it was coming to Perfect Draft, so I could do exactly this, which is I'm going to do a comparison between the two. The main idea of this video is we could rip through it and talk about the fruits, the flavours, the barleys, and everything else like that. But I think really, I'll tell you if I think it's any good or whether I think it's worth buying or not. And I'll tell you what other lagers I like. And then if you've got a similar taste, similar palate, you might think it's one to go with or not. But I would ultimately say, if you've spent, 300 odd quid or a couple hundred quid on one of these machines, whether it's this one or the normal one, honestly go out and buy them all. You've got to try all the beers. I mean, I had a quick look on the website earlier, and I think they've got something like 46 available kegs today. And I think they've got something crazy like 31 different lagers. So even if you had a keg in your machine, and I don't know, let's say you go a keg every 2 weeks, it would take you 6 months to get to it, over 6 months to go through all of the kegs of the lagers. Do you know what I mean? Or 2 weeks, it would take you a year. Apologies, maths. It would take you a year to go through all of them if you do a keg every 2 weeks. So there's a lot of choice on there. And I think the lagers, because this machine at 3 degrees, which you talk about the standard one, even this one, they're perfect for lagers. 3 degrees where you ideally want to be. You can do it cooler. I've put it in at 3. I know there will be other people that will probably put beers and lagers in this that are lower. And if you have and you've done it, put your comments below. Let us know what you think. Let other people know. I know that I would imagine that Rate My Beer have probably played around with the temperature stuff. They do some crazy stuff. Let's have a look at it. I'll tell you what I think. I mean, beer in glass. I mean, it's clear, isn't it? It's a bit like a Hell's. Very clear, golden colour. It did have a frothy white head, but actually I've been chatting away, as I do for Britain. And the heads sort of drop down a bit. So taste-wise, the best bit, it's a nice lager. It's really refreshing. Great in the summer. I had a friend over, he tried some, and I said, tell me what you think. Didn't tell him what it was. And he said, it's all right, it's just a bit fruity, is what he said. But he said, oh, that's a nice lager. And I agree. It is a nice lager. I don't think it's IPA-y. But it does have a slight zesty taste to it. Zest is the best way of putting it. But it's a nice beer. Now, if you like the Hawkstone Lager in the bottle, I think you've got to try it in the keg. It's going to be cheaper to drink in the keg. When you look at the cost of these bottles, especially if you're going to buy what I did, I think it might have been 6. I bought 6 for like, I want to say 18 quid off Amazon with delivery. 25ml bottles. It's going to be cheaper to buy it in the keg. It's nice in the keg. I don't think it's the best lager. Now, if I was putting together a pack, I normally buy mine in threes, get my 10% discount. I normally send back 3 other kegs, so I'll use my keg returns as well. If I was going to buy a lager, there'll be somebody that won't necessarily agree with me on this, but the Stella, the normal Stella, that stands out as a great beer. Not only that, I really like the first keg I had of Camden when that first came out. But I've heard mixed reviews. Some people have said it's cloudy, they had a bad keg, some people didn't like it. I thought that Camden was spot on. One of the best lagers I've had of a new lager on this machine in a while. Now this is up there with some of the best ones. I mean, I think it's better than your Beck's. I think it's better than the Bud. I think it's definitely better than the Bud Light, but I don't think it's quite a Stella. And if I was going to order a lager, I think I'll probably order Stella or Camden before I ordered this. That's just me being honest. And that's because they're, price-wise, they're very similar. There's not a lot in it. And I've had some good ones. I mean, I also think the Spaten's very good. I'm not even including the, listen, I'm not even including the Oktoberfest stuff because they're not only available all year round. I'm talking about, you know, all year. So it's a good beer. Try it if you haven't already. Get it in the keg. Or even better yet, buy a couple of bottles from Amazon if you want to give it a go and see what you think. I thought it was banging out the bottle. So I'm going to open that up again in a minute. I was on the live stream. I had the first one and I thought, I don't remember being blown away like I did when I had it out the bottle. But I want to see if, now I have it in the bottle against the keg. Now the difference being, the beer's been in the keg 10 days, might be 11 days. 11 days in the machine. I am down to the bottom part, so I'm not like it's a disgusting keg, I couldn't finish it. It was all right, it was good keg. But I want to see if I get the same, you know, is it the same out of the bottle as it is compared to the keg? Let's have a look. So, bottle opener, let's have a gander. There's a lot of people that didn't like this beer. I saw a lot of the Facebook stuff, you know. So you can see me pour it. There's a lot of people that didn't like it. You know. Okay. PerfectDraft is in the colourful one, limited edition. And the bottle one's in the standard. Alright, standard glass. Put them together. I can't really see any difference. If anything, the bottle's slightly more cloudy. I don't know if the camera's going to pick that up. Bottle's slightly more cloudy. Smell-wise, the bottle has more of a floral smell to it than the keg does. But otherwise, I think, as you can see, I've just put that in the glass. I mean, that's all right. It's still got, you know, it's got bubbles in it coming up. So does the keg. The keg just seems to have held the retention head a little bit better than the bottle. Major difference. Let's go for a taste. Bottle first. Slightly more carbonated, but not overly. Not like a normal bottle. When I've done these in the past and I compare the keg to the bottle, the keg smashes it because you can really taste that kind of bottly. It's also way more carbonated and way more thinner. Not the same here. It is a little bit more carbonated, but not overly. Not a harsh mouthfeel on it at all, on the bottle. It's not thin either. Very similar. Very, very similar. I would say very similar. I'd go as far as to say slightly less carbonated. That could be because it's been in a keg for 10 days. Had I opened it today and poured it against the bottle, could have been slightly different. I won't deny that. You know, fair being fair. But really, other than in difference of beer, when I've done these with, you see the videos on the channel, I've done them with Beck's, I've done them with all the other beers, then you can always tell the difference, especially with the Stella. There's no skunkiness to it whatsoever. If anything, slightly enhanced smells coming from the bottle, slightly enhanced, floral. But other than that, they taste very much identical. I would say, if you want to try before you buy, get yourself a couple of bottles. If you're a lager drinker, you're not going to regret it. They're bloody lovely. Downside is bloody expensive. You know, 18 quid. I'm sure it's actually, you know what, I'm going to have a look. I'm going to have a look. I'm going to talk about the price. Let's actually have a butcher's hook, a gander. Hawkstone Lager. Hawkstone Lager. Now, bear in mind, prices can change. So, 12 bottles is $34.79. You could buy that if you wanted to. There's someone else there, actually, 30 quid. If you subscribe, you get them for 27. Could be too bad, is it really? I don't think, I can't see 6 on here. 64 quid, 24 bottles. It's the premium lager. It's the exact same one. Hawkstone Premium Lager, 4.8%. 64 quid. That's over £2 a bottle. That's a lot of money, isn't it? Kind of when you get to that kind of money, especially for a bottled beer, I mean, that is 33 CL according to the advert. Mine's 25. I'm sure it's 25. Oh no, mine is 33L, 330 millimetre. I've been telling it, sorry, 330 mil. 330 mil. It just seems quite expensive, doesn't it, for a bottle of beer? You could buy a keg, which will get you 10.5 pints. If you've got one of those PerfectDraft machines behind me there, you get 10.5 pints. Best way to look upon it. 14 bottles for 38 quid. Doesn't seem too bad, does it really? Doesn't seem a bad price for it at all. But I think ultimately, you know, it's been able to breathe a little bit. Smells still lovely. Taste-wise, lovely from the bottle. No skunkiness, no major. And this is what I think, this is what blew me away. I think when I had it from the bottle, it wasn't overcarbonated, wasn't a harsh mouth. It was easy to drink, it was enjoyable. But I just felt like I didn't have the same experience when I had it from the keg. It just didn't seem as premium as it did when I had it from the bottle. But then again, it can all depend what you've eaten, what time of the day it is, what the temperature's like. All sorts, can't it, really? I think to sum up, I think it's a lovely beer. I think it is a lovely beer. It is a nice beer. I don't think it's the best one on there. And I would say that there's a few other ones in front. If you're watching this thinking about what beers, the lagers to buy, like I said, Camden was beautiful. That was really nice. I don't think you can forget about Spaten. And the Kings on there, on this machine, really, as far as the lagers go, are the Oktoberfest. So when they come up, try and get them. There might be some available on the store. There was, I literally about a week or two ago when I was looking, there was still some available, which is insane, isn't it, for this time of year? But yeah, it's good beer, worth a try if you've got it. If you're going to buy it in bottle, it's not as freely as available as it was when I bought the bottles, when I bought 6 for, I want to say 18 quid. But yeah, other than that, I think, guys, listen, thanks for watching. And like I said before, if this is the kind of content that you want to watch, like and subscribe. You'll see more when it comes up. I've started some live stream of darts. I've got a live stream of boxing coming up tomorrow. Doing some more stuff like that. So again, like and subscribe if that's the more stuff you want to see. Don't forget to comments below. We'll see you on the next one. Love you.